Hello guys, I'm seated with Tanya from Lalani Hotel, formerly Lalani Lodge. We've been taking a tour of their facilities just to see what the excitement is behind the hotel. And we were fortunate enough to have Munashe also visit the place for the first time. So we're just going to talk about some of the stuff that we saw and also just get a little info behind the background in the passion that inspires the place, because it's really a beautiful place. So hello Tanya and hello Muna.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, so maybe just as a start, maybe give us just a brief history of how the place was started. Who started it? Was it you or?
I wish it for me. I do. So this place was started by Mr. and Mrs. Masaire, who happened to be my parents. So initially it was a place for travelers who wanted a cheaper alternative to Holiday Inn, but who also couldn't get access to the other lodges and facilities within the area.
So this is before the colonial era.
This is before, yes. This is
before
post independence,
yeah.
But
before the colonial
in the 80s, early 80s, before black people really had things like this in place.
Okay.
So that was the initial starting point. And then later on, when mom wasn't feeling well, she actually decided to retire from the nursing profession. But then instead of taking care of sick people, she wanted to take care of people who are healthy, who are happy. So that's where the whole vision to get into tourism and hospitality came from.
Okay, that's a very interesting topic. So we're actually sitting under the building. We call it, we've nicknamed it Mom's Touch. Yeah, because this is the first this is the touch that she bought before she passed on. I'll put it for the hands. But yeah, you're doing great with the space. So I don't know, maybe let's just talk about the rooms. You were showing us the first building or the first structure that was there.
Yes.
Is there any history with the structure, or what are some of the changes that you put over there?
The change, well, it's quite interesting because the initial structure has remained the same way it was, but now the use of certain rooms has actually changed, because you'll find that the garage is now a room, the kitchen is now a room, the sitting room is now a room, the dining room is also a room. So the structure is still there, but the use of the rooms has actually changed. So you might be in a garage and you won't even know it.
So it used to be, so when they bought it, it used to be a house.
It was a house. It was just a domestic house. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was a house. This place actually was a place where we would keep the poultry.
Okay.
But in Shona, in English, I don't know what to call it, but there was poultry run.
Okay.
I think that's the name. This whole place was a poultry. Chirugu.
It was a
Chirugu.
But now it's a very beautiful conference room.
Yes, now it's a conference room and the restaurant area.
Okay, maybe just to give some before I give my own opinion of the space, maybe somebody could give a bit of how did you take the
within me. So whenever somebody comes to such a place, I would say the one thing they are guaranteed to feel is the African, feel.
The African element of
the African
place.
element of the place. Yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing that I love about this place.
That's a great review.
It is. It's
That's
awesome.
a great. So
I think we might choose it for marketing.
Our vlog focuses on budget travel for young people within Zimbabwe and the African continent. And sometimes when you're doing budget travel, it's difficult to get good places to stay, that are within the range of your pocket, right? So it's great to have a place where it's clean. One of the things I liked was that it was clean. You can actually see, some of the ladies were actually busy cleaning the room. So it's really clean, and you feel safe and comfortable being in the rooms as well. And the ambience of the place is nice. But one of the things we look at when we get to a place, it's activities around, because we don't want to sit
And just
like at the
walk and
hotel the
just-
whole time. And
Yeah.
so, what are some of the things that people can do, like outside, like they're here, they're staying over a weekend, or they have a week with their family? What are some of the things they can do in Bulawayo to just, get to feel that whole Bulawayo
Bulawayo
experience?
feel. Okay, so Bulawayo is actually very artistic. I think we're the artistic side of Zimbabwe. So there's a lot of activities. We've got the Kami ruins. They're very near to town. And then a little further off, we've got Matopos. But within town, we have the museum, the museum, the Bulawayo Museum. We also have the gallery where they host, I think they do poetry. They do some shows. They also do some art shows regularly.
You said the gallery.
The gallery, yes, in town. And then there's a Bulawayo theater. Every single week they have something showing. So
nice.
that's definitely something you'd need to do on an evening. And you just go to the theater, you see one of the shows that they have.
Okay.
How far is it from here?
It's just 10 minutes, 10 minutes drive. And then we also assist you with, in terms of shuttles, we do shuttles. We can also do tours with you. So we offer that to people who want. But if you don't, you can
do it on your
you
you can do it on your own. Yes, because budget travelers.
Budget travelers, you can do it on
You
your
know?
own. But we do assist you with logistics and getting around the place.
We know that you have transitioned from a lodge to a hotel. In 2016, you were conferred with the hotel status by the ZTA.
Yes, the ZTA.
And I think last year you were conferred with the 2-star. So we want to see, I think like everybody always wonders, how does a person get the 2-star rating, whether it's as a lodge or as a hotel or as a
Okay, so what happens is every lodge or every person who wants to run a lodge or something along those lines has to register with the ZTA, that's the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority. So the ZTA, they come to your premises, then they tour, they look at your rooms, they sleep in your rooms actually, they come unannounced. They sleep in your rooms, they'll be judging you from the reception point when they make the booking. Then when you show them the rooms, when they sleep in the rooms, and if you're offering food, they eat your food, they judge your cutlery, your tables, how you arrange them, how your staff talks. And after they've done that, they've toured your premises, they've felt the experience, they then use their guidelines. They've got a set of guidelines to say how many rooms does a lodge have, how much quality, standard of quality do they expect in a certain establishment. Then from there, they decide, are you a lodge, are you a hotel, or are you a B&B? And after that, they then decide on the stars. The stars have to do with the quality. How many services, how many services do you offer? How many facilities do you have? Do you have swimming pools? Do you have conference rooms? Do you have restaurants? Do you have bars? The more you have, the more star ratings you can
The
give,
more star ratings
the more
you can-
quality you have. So you can't just wake up and give yourself a star.
I actually
And
wanted to
say,
give
I
myself a
I have a star.
We have an extra star for you.
We have an extra star. So here you have it, guys. This is how you get the star rating. I think most people always wonder how people get the stars in terms of their hotels and in terms of the lodge system. So the next time you're making a booking and you're traveling, check the star rating, particularly if you're in Zimbabwe, because this rating is credible, guys, because it's the ZTA that actually gives it. It's not some like random vlogger like myself that gives the that gives the stars. It's actually the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority that's going in secretively, like she says, and books and then does the star rating. So yeah, there you have it. Summer is wearing like a really interesting, it's a really interesting t-shirt. It says, of course your opinion matters, but not to me. So we know some of our opinions will not matter, or they matter anyway, but like not to some of you. That's arts, we arts. Ciao.